Hello everyone, welcome to our YouTube channel. Hope that you all are doing extremely well. So today I will be explaining you about income effect. Without any further delay, let's start the video. Now what is income effect? As I have written here, income effect means the change in consumers' purchases of the goods as a result of a change in his money income. When money income of a consumer changes, how his purchases of goods change, we will study in income effect. The prices of the goods remaining constant and the taste and preference of the consumer remaining constant. So in income effect, we are concerned about the change in money income, keeping two things constant. Prices of the goods and the second is taste and preference of the consumer. These two things remain constant. Only we are concerned about the change in money income of the consumer. Okay, let me explain you the income effect through this very simple diagram. Now initially the consumer is at equilibrium point Q1. Before that, let me tell you what is OX axis and what is OY axis. The OX axis represents good X and the OY axis represents good Y. P1, L1, P2, L2, P3, L3, P4, L4 are the price lines. And IC1, IC2, IC3 and IC4 are the indifference curves. Now initially, the consumer is at equilibrium point Q1 on price line P1, L1 and indifference curve IC1, where he is purchasing OM1 quantity of good X and ON1 quantity of good Y. Now suppose the income of the consumer increases, as a result of which his price line shifts from P1, L1 to P2, L2. Now he is on higher indifference curve IC2 and the new equilibrium point is Q2, where he is purchasing more of both the commodities, that is OM2 of good X and ON2 of good Y. So as a result, if the income of the consumer further increases, the price line will shift to P3, L3. The consumer will be on high indifference curve IC3 and the equilibrium point will be Q3. And if again the income of the consumer increases, he will again shift to the higher indifference curve. So it is clear that when income of the consumer is increasing, he is able to purchase more quantities of both the commodities, which is good X and good Y, and he gains more satisfaction by shifting to the higher indifference curve. So by joining all these equilibrium points, which is Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4 at different income levels, we get ICC, which is called income consumption curve. The income consumption curve traces out the income effect on the quantity consumed of the goods. Now income effect can be negative, it can be positive, it can be negative, or it can be positive. In this case, this is the normal case, or this is the case of normal goods. In this case, the income effect is positive. Because when the income effect is positive, when income increases, the consumption of goods increases. As in this case. Here, when income is increasing, the consumer is able to purchase more quantities of both the commodities. So here the income effect is Positive, of course. And when the income effect is positive, the ICC, which is the income consumption curve, moves upward to the right. It moves upward to the right, as it is clearly seen in the figure. So this is income effect in case of normal goods. Now what happens when income effect is negative? We say income effect is negative in a situation when income increases, the consumer reduces the consumption of good. Income effect is negative in case of inferior good. Now when people are poor, they cannot afford good quality goods due to less fund. So when the income increases, they consume higher quality goods. For example, in India, bajra is considered to be inferior good. Now when income of the people increases, they consume higher quality food grains like wheat or rice. So bajra is the inferior good, whereas high quality food grains can be rice or it can be wheat. So it is clear that since the poor cannot afford good quality goods due to less fund, when the income increases, they prefer to consume superior good in case of or in place of inferior good. Like here your rice or wheat is superior quality food grains. So when income increases, they will consume these superior goods rather than bajra, which is considered to be inferior in India. In this figure, income effect is explained where your good X is inferior good. See, it is clear that when good X is taken to be inferior good, you can clearly see that the ICC, which is the income consumption curve, shifts upward to the left or shifts backward, or it is more inclined to the Y axis, which is clearly seen in this figure. Now beyond point Q2, when income increases, the quantity consumed of good X declines. So it is clear that X is considered as an inferior good. Now when we will take Y as an inferior good, then the ICC, which is the income consumption curve, will shift downward to the right, or it will be more inclined to the X-axis. So we are done with income effect. Hope that you all have understood it. If there is any query regarding income effect, do comment. So that's all for today. Thank you everyone. If you like the video, please subscribe our channel, press the like button, share with your friends and comment down your queries. Don't forget to press the bell icon so that whenever we will upload a new video, you will receive a notification. Also, follow Economic Bytes on Instagram to know more such economic topics. Link will be provided in the description box below.